There are many places on this earth that are bitter cold, none more mysterious than the continent of Antarctica. With record lows of negative 128.6 degrees, this is no place for humanity to thrive. With a very low population on it at any time, with the lack of information and personal accounts, this large frozen land has become a bed for rumors and mysteries.
There are those obvious topics brought up when talking about the South Pole. Topics like aliens, and/or old army bases hidden under the ice, where the general public can't see. More generic conspiracy theorist stuff we will be avoiding, because it's generally easy to disprove. The idea of a military base hidden in the depths of the continent is pretty ridiculous. In 1961, the Antarctic Treaty was made, which protects Antarctica from all military or mining activity. Unless that treaty was only a front, or has been violated, there would be no plausible reason for any active bases to be hidden there. A topic that does have some form of evidence behind it is the lost pyramid found far from the shores. This supposed pyramid shook the internet when it was first noticed on Google Maps.
The pyramid later turned out to be the peak of a mountain known as Omek, which does strangely have a distinct triangular tip, very reminiscent of the pyramids found in Egypt. Still a cool discovery, but it can be very disappointing to those who had their hopes up too early. It would have been a huge step for the idea of connected early civilizations, a topic I enjoy a lot. That's a topic for another day though. Speaking of forgotten times, another popular theory in the same vein is the supposed lost city that once resided there. These theories are usually boiled down to a lost civilization existing at the time in which Antarctica was thriving with life, to the lost city being Atlantis from the writings of Plato.
The lost civilization theory was given a breath of life by, once again, Google Maps, when viewers noticed what looked like either roads or a dome shape on the surface of the snow. Could this be another case of misidentification, or could it be the real thing this time? A possible explanation behind this strange feature is a sastrugi, a naturally forming phenomenon caused by hundreds of years of freezing winds and snowfall. Could there have been a lost civilization on Antarctica? Most likely not. The surface of the continent hasn't been warm in, well, a really long time. Either humans would have to be much older than we thought, or would have had some advanced tech to protect themselves from the cold for that to be true.
Going away from ancient civilizations, a major point of interest to many are possible cryptids, the possible and impossible forgotten and lost creatures claimed all around the world. Being such a mysterious area in our world, Antarctica has its own share of cryptids reported and speculated on. The Bloop is one that is technically an Antarctic cryptid. Talked about way back in episode 7, the Bloop was an extremely loud and long noise that was recorded in the South Pacific. Again, technically not a cryptid of Antarctica, but still close in the area. The noise, of course, is not a large creature, but the sound given off by a glacier moving.
Gargantuan squids are as well a staple of underwater cryptids. From the times of exploration and travel, there have been reports of giant squids. Some especially spectacular claims of giant squids have them attacking boats or eating the crew. The Colossal Squid is also known as the Antarctic Squid, originally thought to be a non-existent cryptid. The giant squid was discovered in the deep seas near Antarctica. In 2004, Japanese researchers were the first to catch photographic evidence of the squids that are now officially a reality.
Another cryptid of Japanese legend, which originates in Antarctica, is the Ninjan. The Ninjan is a modern piece of Japanese storytelling, the word meaning human. The Ninjan is described as large humanoid beings that live in the sub-Atlantic. First reported by Japanese research vessels during the 1960s, the Ninjan was described as all white and up to 30 meters long. They are similar to mermaids, being mysterious human-like creatures that live underwater. Also like the mermaid, the Ninjan are very difficult to photograph and apparently hide away from human contact.
There's a handful of pictures and art made by the Ninjan, some very eerie. Unfortunately though, most images can be passed off as hoaxes, some either being misidentified whales and some being photoshopped. A video from 2014 surfaced of a diving camera observing the bottom of the ocean, and shows what to be a very strange creature that most have claimed to be the Ninjan. This one is more difficult to debunk. Either it is a real Ninjan and species we don't know of yet, or it's a species we are already aware of, but just didn't recognize in the video. Either way, this is very compelling and could help bring us one step closer to finding out if the Ninjan is real or not.
Another less famous Antarctic cryptid discovered by Japanese fishing boats is known as the Kabagan. In the South Pacific on April 28, 1974, an entire crew of fishermen spotted and observed a 1.5 meter tall head peek out from the water and soon dive back into the depths. The creature was described as gray with red eyes and large nostrils. The name Kabagan translates to hippo monster due to its weird appearance. The creature was never seen again, and most speculate that the creature was a misidentified walrus or manatee.
The final Antarctic cryptid was known as Organism 46b, a 33-foot-long, 14-tentacled squid creature reported in Lake Vostok by Russian scientists in 2012 to 2016. The lake is subglacial, being 2 miles under Vostok Station, where it was first reported. Claims of the creature being intelligent and aggressive came with the initial report, and could release a paralyzing venom up to 150 feet away. Most disturbing of all, the creature apparently had shape-shifting abilities, reportedly forming to look like a human at some point.
The story does seem far-fetched. The story of the strange creature is actually made up by a fiction author by the name of C. Michael Forsyth. To move away from the cryptids of Antarctica, in 2020, many conspiracy YouTube channels claim that the melting ice in Antarctica uncovered a hidden UFO originally under the ice. This is most likely false. The thing in the image shown is a disc shape, which is the exact same shape a generic UFO from the 50s sci-fi movies would look like. These claims follow the idea that the truth of UFOs are hidden in the depths of Antarctica.
I assume that the people who claim this are the same people who think Area 51 is harboring aliens who will take over the world any day now. In reality, Antarctica being mysterious is still not a world of wonder where anything is possible. It's a continent difficult for human life, ripe to be explored. Amazing things have been discovered there, like ancient fossils of plant life found under the surface of ice, which helped prove that the continent was once a lush rainforest.
The majority of this information is faked, but there is some truth to the mysteries of Antarctica. Admiral Richard Byrd, an American Navy officer and explorer, he was mainly known best for his contributions to the exploration of Antarctica. For example, he was the navigator that discovered the largest dormant volcano in Antarctica, Mount Sidley. As you can tell, this man is a very valid source of information when it comes to the mysterious continent.
Shortly after the Second World War, Admiral Byrd was sent to Antarctica for a project known as Operation High Jump. The operation was mainly for the United States government to discover what exactly the Nazi Party was searching for during World War II. The dictatorship's expeditions and tests are the main theories given to the idea of secret bases or hidden projects. The specific supposed base the US government was searching for was known as Base 221.
Operation High Jump, according to official documents, was to search for raw materials on the continent. Despite the treaty that says that no country has the right to strip materials from Antarctica, this is why it's possible for this to be a lie to cover up the search for secret bases. By the end of this operation, Byrd was quarantined for 36 hours. Byrd was apparently told not to speak to anyone about what he had found during the operation. Byrd was soon let go and given the Medal of Honor for his duties.
The big question is why? What was so dangerous that he would be given such a respected medal? Most theorists that follow this case like to connect Operation High Jump with what's known as Argotha, which was reportedly what the Nazi Party was searching for in Antarctica. What exactly is Argotha? Well, that's a story for another day. A whole nother can of worms. It really shows how mysterious Antarctica is.
Places on our world, like the bottom of the ocean, are more mysterious to us. That's most likely why so many of the cryptids mentioned came from the ocean. The mystery of it is what keeps us coming back. Antarctica, though, is a place of research and little human change. I, for one, think that the continent deserves to be preserved and kept in its natural state. Let its mysteries live on in our mind, and let those real mysteries alone to thrive, even if there are giant humanoid creatures waiting to be discovered.
Stay curious.
Join us again next time, when we once again go obscure.